Greetings one and all, it is I, the indomitable PsychTsunami. I know there hasn't been much vlogs in, what, a few months or something like that? Nah, scratch that, there's 4. Typically, I usually don't go unscripted, but for the sake of this comeback, I'll make it worth everyone's while. So, let's just dive right in.
Before I move on any further, I'd like to take this opportunity and pass along my regards to the following folks, namely Rob Carballo from Geekbeat Radio. Hope you had an awesome time last night at the Middle East with the Proto Men, Bit Brigade, Mega Ran, and of course Math the Band. Arson Alt and Mac from Disaster Piece Theater, happy 3rd anniversary. Nick the Newbie and the rest of the MagFest staff. PAX East, the whole 9 yards. Oh, speaking of PAX East, the past weekend ranged from so-so to rather pleasurable for sure. It was much more than just scoping out all the new the industry had to offer. And even random retro sessions, like they had the Vectrex there, a PlayChoice 10 arcade machine on which I toppled Contra. I could go on all day, for sure. But continuing on with the acknowledgements, Edgington, Doan, Reardon, Christensen, Corbett, and Borgella from The World is Square, Sam Mulligan, Jay Doherty, aka MC Facepalm, Miles and Gartley from Krunkwich, Danny Diamond Machine Pryor, Robot Sex Music Haggerty, Lord Bifflecup, Cure Victoria Solomon, Magic Mike Naughton, the Biffest, Bitbar, and Boston Retro Gamers committees, namely Hall, Allen, Clark, Wiley, Bobrin, Moore, Hawk, Vidal, and others. Marcus Highland from LA, Matt Michael and Sarah Rose Stone from Frine, California, Matt Lister and Ian Bergenson from New Hampshire, Gabriel J. Riley Sky 100 Tibetan-Court. I could go on forever. And of course, how could I possibly forget about none other than... In full admittance that the last few months have been rough as all hell. As most of you probably noticed by now, I already kicked off Season 3 earlier this month, thanks to my diatribes on the Ghosts and Goblins franchise, along with Gargoyles Quest. And if he's watching, last minute shout out to MC Facepalm for making the episode for sure, as well as my review on Labyrinth. And here's what I've got coming up. And take note, although I know a lot of stuff, I mean, by now most of you probably know me, I'm always expanding my horizons, broadening my variety, the whole 9 yards. But I'll try to narrow it down as best as I can. But I'm not making any promises from here on out. No. So I've got Barai Fighter for the NES by Taxan and Kid, the Asmic Anarchy Special, Conquest of the Crystal Palace, Boomer's Adventure in Asmic World, and D-Force for the NES, Game Boy, and Super NES respectively. My long-awaited Zelda-thon, in other words, I will be covering every Zelda game ever, the first 2 NES games, Link to the Past on SNES, just up until Link's Awakening, Trampoline Terror for the Genesis, Abadox on NES, Sammy and Tecmo Silkworm and Sunsoft and Salescar's Firepower 2000 for both the original and Super NES respectively, Shakan the Forever Man for both the Genesis and the Game Gear, Final Zone on Genesis, the Morphopalooza, in other words, I'll be covering every Power Rangers game ever made, Willow for the NES, and a hell of a lot more. All you gotta do is just keep up to speed. If you like what you're watching here, feel free to subscribe, or like.
And well, that's pretty much all I've got for the time being. Until then, this is PsychTsunami signing off.